Okay traders, good day everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lazarus Capital, where we analyze the forex market in a very simple and practical way, in a way that is not complicated for you to understand, because one of the greatest problem in trading is that traders like to complicate things, and when they complicate things, it becomes very difficult for them to be consistent with their strategy, with executing their strategy. When your strategy is complicated, to be hard for you to execute it consistently, and when you can't execute consistently, you cannot have consistent results. So you must have a very simple strategy that is very easy for you to execute, that any day you come you can see it and execute it consistently. Okay, having said that, let's just jump into the charts. This is the Bitcoin and this is the 4-hour time frame. So I'm a trend pullback trader, and I do my analysis mainly on the 4-hour time frame. That will be strange because I know some people, they like to do this top-down analysis on monthly, weekly, daily, which is very good and very fine. So, but I like to make things simple, and I just want to go straight to the point. So, I have the 200 EMA here. The 200 EMA on my 4-hour time frame is basically telling me what the big boys of the 4-hour time frame, are thinking of doing. And the big boys of the 4-hour time frame are the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So once I see this, I don't need to go to the monthly or the weekly or the daily time frame. I already know that the big boys are still interested in shorting the Bitcoin. And once the big boys are only interested in shorting the Bitcoin, that is exactly the same thing that I want to do. So having said that, we've seen that Bitcoin is still bearish despite this impulse bullish move we see here. We know that Bitcoin is still bearish. So what we'll be looking at? What we'll be looking at is to look for a good resistance area where we can short the market. And as I can see here, I can see that there is a good area here to short the market from. If I can take this one will be good. A good area here to short the market. And another thing I like to do is, once I've spotted a good area, I want to see if it confluences with Fibonacci. So this is a good area because it acted as a support here, acted as a support, came down, acted as a resistance from where the market dropped. I'm expecting the market to come back to this area before it will start going down. So another thing I like to do is to see if that area aligns with Fibonacci 61.8, between the 50 and the 61.8. If that's good resistance area that I've spotted, if it aligns with Fibonacci 61.8, then it's a fine one for me. So I'll just wait for price to come there. I'll wait for my entry signal, then I go short. At this point, my checklist now will be just two conditions: pull back to this area, then a close below the 14 EMA, I execute my sell trade. So let's take the Fibonacci and see. So this is the impulse leg from this point to this point, from this point to this point, swing low, swing high. You can see, okay, 61.8 is at this point here. Okay, so 61.8 is at this point. So that's where I want the Bitcoin to come to. I want the Bitcoin to come to this area, 78.746. So from this point, I'll be looking to short this market. Now, traders, with what I'm seeing with this Bitcoin, this pullback is going to take time. It's not just going to happen all of a sudden. And that is why, as a trend pullback trader, you need to be patient, because one of the things that disturbed my consistency in the past was because once I see this market going up now, I think this market is going up, I'll start to sell, to buy this, to trade this counter trend to the upside, and that has really messed me up. So if you have a strategy to trade this counter trend, fine, you can do it. But if your strategy is to trade it, is trend pullback, you are waiting for a pullback so that you join the big boys to keep selling this market, please avoid trying to buy this market. It looks attractive. You'll be like, instead of me to be waiting all this long for price to start coming, why don't I just buy, and when it gets here then I will not sell, let me buy and later sell. Please don't do that, except your strategy is to take this counter trend. If it's not, leave it for the counter trend traders. You must understand that you have to face what works for you and ensure you execute that your strategy consistently. The issue is not the strategy. Many of us traders are strongly with consistency. We've had a lot of strategies that are actually working, but the problem is that we are not patient enough to execute that strategy. We'll do it today, we'll jump to another one, we'll jump to another. It can't be consistent that way. You can only have consistent profitability when you execute consistently over a long period of time. You must understand that it's a game of probability. So this is going to take time. As a matter of fact, another time I'm expecting the market to do is that, there's something the market usually does. When the market, for instance, the market wants to drop from here, you know what it will do? It will come to a level like this, maybe let's say like this 74.8 area. You see that this area also is a resistance area. You can see acted as a support here, went up back, acted as a support, went up back. So the markets will come here, and when it comes here, it will start engineering another resistance here. It will get here to come down, it will move to go back up, come down, like start ranging in this area, and it will create a false resistance here. So many traders will think this is where the market will drop. Many of them will start shorting the market from here. All their stop losses will be above, will be inside this place. So what I'll be waiting for is, after some time, the market will now come up, take out all those stop losses here. Once I see the market engineer this false resistance and come in and take out all those stop loss, like do a kind of manipulation, then I will say yes, that's good. I will now wait for my entry confirmation, which is very simple. I just want to see a 4-hour candle closing below this 14 EMA. Once I see a 4-hour candle closing below the 14 EMA, after price have taken out all the stop losses of the people trying to short this market from this resistance here. Once I see price taking them out, I see my 4-hour candle close below my 14 EMA, I will execute. Where do I exit? TP1 will come to this 100% retracement at this point, to be at this point. Then TP2, there's a level at the weekly time frame where I'm expecting the Bitcoin to come down to. So that will be where my TP2 will be at that weekly time frame level. Let me show you guys. Okay, cool. Okay guys, so now this is the weekly chart. This is the impulse leg. From this point, the market have been moving, creating higher highs and going up before this move to the downside. Before this move, this move now is on the weekly time frame, is a pullback of this move here. So this is where I'm expecting the market to come down. Let me just take Fibonacci from swing low here, for swing low to swing high, from swing low to swing high. I'll be expecting the market to come to this area. This is the 61.8 area. Remove. Sorry, I know my chart is a bit messy. Please bear with me. Okay, let me now remove the Fibonacci. Okay, so this is the level I'm expecting the Bitcoin to come to, 57.9. So I'm expecting this will be my TP2. So from this point, the buyers might come back down, because don't forget all these things we are seeing here are pullback of this move. The buyers will come back here. Of course, it might take time. We might maybe still see some consolidation before the movement, but it's likely that this level may hold. This level may hold 54. So I'll be having my TP2 here. So TP2 will be at 54,739, while my TP1 will be, at that 4-hour time frame low. The line chart, not the wick. So TP2 54,739. Let me just note that down. Yeah, 54,739. While my TP1 will be there. So this will be my TP2, and my TP1 will be at 63,092. So guys, for Bitcoin, I'm waiting for price to rise back to 78,746. From there, once I see my entry confirmation, I will go short TP1. We'll be at 63,167, the TP2 54,738. So guys, thank you so much. So now let's move over to the next pair. So let me show you what I'm looking at.